Hey guys, this is going to be a guide for the secret episode boss Yozora in the Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind DLC. Quickly before we get started, I just want to say this isn't going to be a guide on how to cheese the boss or magically make you beat him first try. It's going to take you quite a few tries, as me showing you what to do won't be the same thing as you reacting to it in real time. So you'll have to learn his moves and patterns and how to react to them, and that's what this guide is for. This applies to any difficulty you're playing on, whether it's beginner all the way to critical and even critical level 1 playthroughs, as this is just a guide on how to play the fight out mechanically. I'm sure down the road there will be more optimal ways of fighting him, but this is just how I beat him on day 1. The first move we're going to go over starts with Yozora jumping in the air, shooting a beam, and then following up with a few attacks. For this move you have to block 5 times, and then as soon as you see a sword appear next to you, you want to dodge to the left and then block instantly. If you block the sword, that'll stagger Yozora, and then you can get a full combo off on him. And if you mess up the timing on blocking the sword, don't worry too much, as you can still punish this immediately after. You just have to block the rest of his attacks, and then air step to him as soon as he jumps away. The next attack is a series of 6 slow swings that you have to block or dodge roll. I prefer to block, that's just me, but know that if you are blocking, you can't spam block on the 5th attack, because the 5th has a delay. So if you're just spamming block, you're going to get hit. After these 6 attacks, the sword will appear again, and it's basically the same thing as the other move. Like the first attack, if you mess up on blocking, it's okay because you get another chance at it. He will basically just redo the same move again, and you just got to do it correctly this time. The next move begins with Yozora directly running at you. For this move, you want to dodge to the left for the first part, then block immediately after, then basically just dodge roll the next 2. Right here you can get a cheeky 2 little hits, but make sure to guard right after, because this move always, without a doubt 100% of the time, will lead into one of the first 2 moves that we went over. So as soon as you see him running towards you, you know that the next move is going to be one of the first 2 that we went over, which means you can punish him right after. If you do get hit by this move though, then Yozora will steal your Keyblade, and in this example I get hit, but yeah, don't be like me, don't get hit by the water part. But as for the rest, when he comes at you, as he's diving towards you, you have to dodge roll twice each time. Once he stops doing that, then just dodge roll infinitely and just hope that the Keyblades don't hit you. And if they do, it's not too bad because you can heal right after anyway. The next move is pretty straightforward. All you have to do is block the 3 lasers 3 times, except on the 3rd time it's delayed, so you can't just spam block. You can punish this move in between the pause with Thunder into a full combo. The next one starts with Yozora guiding a beam towards you. You need to block this, then block the second one, then dodge the 3rd as it's blue, that means it's unblockable. Then instantly right after block the next series of red, dodge the blue again, and then delay a guard on the last red one. This move starts up with Yozora charging his blade. As you see it shine, you need to block or dodge roll. Then instantly block, and he will go back into charging his blade again. This time he's going to try and bait you. You don't want to dodge or block on the first shine. You want to wait for the second shine of his attack, then do it. The next attack starts with a target on Sora that you have to dodge or block pretty fast 3 times in a row. And then instantly blocking the follow-up attack that he uses with his gadget to rush you down. Also, it's good to know that he can just use this move whenever. When he does this, just let him go and wait for the next move. This one's probably the hardest to explain correctly because there's so many little different timings for each thing, but I'll do my best. It starts with a delayed dodge roll to dodge the box into an instant guard to block Yozora's attacks. Then the second box is going to need a faster dodge roll than the first. You can't wait as long as you did. But then on the second guard, you need to delay. So they've sort of flipped in timing. And then on the 3rd, you need to basically do both instantly. You need to roll fast and then also guard fast. But then right after, you're going to see 2 holograms of Yozora pop up. As soon as you see the second, that's when you're going to want to guard. He's going to attack you from between them. But luckily, if we have magic, we don't even need to block half of that, and we can punish it. On the second box, all we have to do is cast Thunder, like this example here. Something to note is that if you've taken at least 4 bars off of Yozora's health and he does the box move, it'll always follow up with the move I'm about to show you, even if you get hit by the box move. As you can see here, just avoiding this move is pretty easy by just gliding around in a circle, but punishing it requires a little bit of timing, especially if you don't have magic. But in this scenario, my MP is not on recharge, so I can just cast Thunder right as he finishes the third beam. If you don't have MP, you can use Air Step as a replacement to Thunder, but just know that the timing becomes far more strict, because if you're too slow, you'll miss the chance to combo him, and if you're too fast, you might get your item stolen by getting hit by the beam, like you see in the first example here. The next thing I'm going to talk about is his Desperation move, or better known as DM move. Yozora will always do this move when you get him to around 8 bars left, but there is a chance that he does it prior to this. Sometimes he even starts the fight with it. I recommend, if you're really trying to beat him, to just retry if he does it at the start, because after this move, some of his moves become unblockable. That means you'd have to fight the rest of the fight with unblockables. With that being said, I wouldn't restart straight away. I would use it as a way to practice dodging and blocking his DM move. So, starting from the start, we're going to start with blocking 2 of the red lasers and then dodging 2 of the blue lasers. After that, he'll appear for like a second, creating a red barrier, which will indicate he's about to do a series of attacks on you, which you need to block off of reaction. Basically, when you see him, just block, but be wary because sometimes he tries to bait you into blocking at the wrong time. Didn't happen there, but I can show you a quick example of when it does. In the next part, it's basically a pattern of needing to dodge 1 blue and then block 2 reds, for a total of 4 times. In the next move, Yozora is going to start throwing mechs your way. Basically, I found 2 ways that are pretty equally consistent. It's up to you which one you prefer. You can either just glide in a circle, or dodge roll in towards a mech when it's about to hit you, so that you go under them. Both are pretty equal in consistency, but the gliding takes a lot less effort. Once the mechs are gone, Yozora is going to attack you. All you have to do is guard it. It's pretty slow, so it's really easy. The next part that he follows up with, you need to guard and then instantly dodge roll. The thing you have to make sure though is that you don't guard too early, otherwise you're going to be caught in the guard animation for too long and you're not going to be able to dodge the blue ones. Once that's done, Yozora is going to attack with multiple clones, just guard it, and then the sword's going to make a return. Remember before how we dodge rolled to the left and then guarded? You want to do exactly that, but instead of air stepping, we want to just counter. Now if you don't successfully get this counter, it's not the end of the world. You do miss a combo on him, but instead he'll just spam that attack of his clones and you just have to like block on reaction. For this move, there are specific ways on how to dodge it without links or anything like that, but Aerial just does so much damage during this that you just can't pass up on the damage if you're really trying to beat him. And also, you don't die or get hit by the move. Usually right after the DM move finishes, he'll follow up with this attack when he has armor, but sometimes he just doesn't. But basically all you have to do is block, counter, block, counter, block, counter, and then you get a free combo on him. I did it pretty messy here, but you can do it without getting hit pretty consistently. From here on out for the rest of the fight, you basically already know all the moves, just some are altered a bit. Some you might not be able to block anymore and have to dodge because they are now blue instead of red. And some will just last longer than what you're used to. One that's worthy to mention though is the charge up attack. That changes just a little bit. Rather than blocking instantly after the first dodge, this time you just have to wait about 1 or 2 seconds before blocking. One last tip I want to mention that you can do with any boss if you really want to get maximum damage wherever you can, is to store a form change once you get it and switch to another Keyblade for the time being until you break the boss's defense. And once the combo is done, switch right back out of it to store it for other combos later on. Besides that, there's not much more I can say. The rest is up to you to practice these methods yourself and eventually you will get him down. If this guide helped you at all, any like, sub or comment would be appreciated. If enough people find this helpful, then I might consider making a video like this for each of the data fights to help others too. With that being said, good luck on the fight and enjoy your secret ending.